I want to show you something that's very, very under the radar, but it's absolutely lethal. Look at that number, 151,000 against an anti-barrier champion. You won't see these numbers without this setup, so stay tuned. I'm focusing on Izanagi's burden. What it does is a sniper rifle. What you can do with it is you can hold the reload button to produce a bullet that does loads of damage, the hard edge. And then on top of that, I would recommend having the catalyst for this as well, because that does even more damage. So Izanagi's burden, and I'm also featuring a perk that is well under the radar called Disruption Break. Whenever you break enemy's shield with a weapon that's got Disruption Break, you're going to get a 50% damage increase, and pair that with Izanagi's burden, and you can just make these anti-barriers just insta-melt. So Disruption Break, it rolls on plenty of weapons. What it does, breaking an enemy's shield with this weapon makes them more vulnerable to kinetic damage for a brief period. It's about 5 seconds. It works for you and your teammates. It's 50% damage increase. And the one thing that goes under the radar every single season, it actually works against anti-barriers. So this season is anti-barrier pulse. If you've got a pulse rifle with Disruption Break, or even if somebody else on your fire team is running ARBALEST with Disruption Break, it is also going to benefit you and them. So that is what this video is based around. We're going to get the massive damage from Izanagi's already, and then either you or your teammate breaking that barrier with a Disruption Break weapon, whether it's the ARBALEST or a pulse rifle, and you're going to do some absolutely humongous damage. Just take a look at this number here. Like I've said, you will not get these numbers without this setup, so stay tuned. I'm going to break it all down for you. Watch this, 151,000 consistently. It's absolutely disgusting. Not just against anti-barriers, it does. Izanagi is obviously really strong against any type of champion, but anti-barriers is the focus. And this week, the GM on Tuesday is going to be Scarlet Keep, and there's 16 anti-barriers in that GM. So this setup could be really, really good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to break it down a little bit now, just to sort of get the numbers. The Izanagi's burden, once you've got the catalyst and the horned edge, this is the number it does, 79,000. This is just in a lost sector for testing. So 79,000 with the horned edge times 4. And now what you're going to see is I'm going to break the barrier with my pulse rifle that's got Disruption Break, anti-barrier pulse, 119k. That's the 50% damage increase, up to 120k, just short. So that's a 50% damage increase. But what also I'm going to do for you today, because I love you all, is stick something else on there to get even more damage. High energy fire, a 20% extra damage boost on top of your Disruption Break. That's 70%. So as long as you can get charged with light, you're going to get an extra 20% damage. And one of the mods that's absolutely insane this season is counter charge. Becoming charged with light whenever you or a member of your fire team stuns a champion. So what you've got is you've got 50% from your Disruption Break, and because you've broke the shield of that barrier, you're going to get another 20% for your high energy fire consistently. So it's an absolutely fantastic combo. Other ways of becoming charged with light as well, numerous different ways like taking charge. But what you'll see there on the bottom left, I've broke a shield, I've become charged with light. So there's your 20% extra damage. So I'll just go over it again, the counter charge. Just break your shield, times 2 charge with light. So you get times 1 every time you break the shield. And then what you can do then, you've obviously got your Disruption Break pulse, and then just let rip 143,000. That's the 50% from the Disruption Break and the 20% from the high energy fire, plus your horned edge shot, and it's absolutely lethal, 151,000. And like I said, with regards to the Disruption Break perk, it does work for your team as well. So if you've got somebody else running it, ARBALEST is usually pretty popular. It absolutely shreds. And like I said, the Scarlet Keep GM this week, there is 16 anti-barriers in the GM version, I believe, and plus loads of Arc Knights as well. So even against Arc Knights, it's absolutely good, absolutely crazy. So don't forget to use them against the normal shielded enemy as well, because it does work obviously against them as well. But the trick to it is working against anti-barrier champions. But again, just to clarify, it is actually really, really helpful for these other type of shielded enemies as well. And it works for about 5 seconds for you and your team. So bear it in mind, Disruption Break, make it part of your diet for tomorrow's GM. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day.